Welcome, dear viewers. Today is a new lesson in Microsoft Access on Timer. On Timer we can never fade away is one of the most important Access features ever. We value creativity and innovation in software design. Now, in order to be able to recognize the runtimer, we must have at least one table or form. Now we will create the table and create the field. The most important thing is that the field type is number. We'll find out why we picked a number in the coming minutes. Also, at least one record must be entered for the timer to work. So we have a table with the data. Now we will create the form. It is possible to create a new or completely empty form, and it is also very easy to create a form based on the table. We click on Table 1 and convert it into a normal form. What is an icon? Click on it. Now all the contents of the first record have appeared in the form. We can delete the things we don't need in this example. We are satisfied with this field only, which appears before us, and we give an example of a timer. We close and register the form. We now have a table and a model based on a table. We open the form. And let's get to the design. And we expand the train. It is this black point. We push it. Open property sheet with us. From the event list, we search for the word on timer. She appeared before us. This 0 has many scales. For example, the number 1000 corresponds to only 1 second. This means that it is possible to make movements of less than a second, or more than approximately a second up to 24 hours or more. This field must know its name first. By clicking on Other, it's called Field 1. We will get into the most important thing about on timer, which is about what will you do after 1 second of your choice. We will enter it, and we choose the third option, Code Builder. It will open Code Builder with us. Now we write code. And always be careful in writing codes. Me, field 1. It equals me, field 1. We clear the field. Just add the number 1 to it. We close and see. The most important thing is to determine the timing number. 1000 equals 1 second. As you can see already, field 1 counts in ascending order every 1 second. Surprising. This helps us a lot in designing programs. Now, instead of adding 1, we try to make it a result of a result by itself. We see the ascending order number up to any. We open in design mode and look at the codes. We make sure everything is correct. Just change the sign instead of the plus cell asterisk. We multiply asterisk 5 instead of 1. We close and we close open the form and see. The number increases significantly. About the first. The number continues to grow indefinitely. But Access stopped this to the allowed number only. This does not concern us at all. We close and see why Access stopped these numbers. It may be due to field sizes. We grow up and see. We record and close. Same thing, there is an error. We return it again by adding instead of multiplying the values, and leave 1 instead of 5. And we close and record. The counting finger is on. As you see. We get into design mode. We make the number as small as 1 or 0. It's all over. Now we're going to speed up the countdown. We get into design mode. We click on the black dot. From property sheet. Existing event. It is timer interval. We change 1000 to 100. This means the move will be less than a second. We get into the form. As you see. The speed is noticeable. Hurry up and clear 100 to 10. Speed became like a missile. We want to make it the speed of sound. Awesome speed. Now we go back to the speed of 1 second, so that we can make some additions that will help us in designing programs. Back to 1 second again. We will enter the code builder and make an addition after the conditions. Before entering the code builder, we create a text box inside the form to help us with the conditions. From the property sheet, we know the very important name of the text box. Now we will enter the on timer and add some commands. And control to turn off and on the timer. We add a condition. If me, text 12 equals 1, then we will leave the word else. After that, run on timer. And after that end if. This means if the text box number 12 is equal to 1 on timer it works, otherwise on timer did not work. Actually on timer will not work. We write the number 1 in the text box number 12. And we see what happens. The on timer was automatically turned on once we typed number 1. Go back to the code builder. We add something new. We are working on automatic shutdown as well. When it gets to number 10, we write next to else. Me, field 1 if it equals 10 me, time interval equal to 0. We close and watch. We write 1 so that the counter works with us. Unfortunately, there is something wrong with the code builder. The error is that we have to stop it when the number is 10. But in an eyeball box. Not next to else. We write number 1 she prepares with us. Do you stand or not? Indeed, the number has been stopped automatically after number 10. In the next times, we add new skills in on timer. Goodbye.